Supreme Chief Beezy from Watts, California, by way of the westside as well. Dad lived off Adams. I am 36, 37 next month, and I've been rapping for 20 years, longer than y'all been born.
It's fine. If someone met you for the first time, how would you describe yourself?
Golly, the Nazarene personality. Sometimes you're the only version of Christ people will meet.
What's a regular day in your life right now look like?
Body always wakes up around 4:44, straight into my knees, prayer, replenish oneself, agua, maybe a shot, checking in for work, confirming for work with these new jobs, trying to build some kind of content immediately, even if that's just conveying one's thoughts, not necessarily music.
I actually have a question. So what's the first book that really hit you and like really made you think different? Like that first book that you ever picked up, it was like, this did something. Mine was Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I don't know if you know that series.
Yeah.
I think that really opened up my reading, spiritual journey and everything. Do you remember that first book?
Since you were vulnerable, I'll be vulnerable and say this book called Holes.
Okay.
It's very old. These children, they're in the rehabilitation center, and they, as their punishment, they have to dig holes in this hot desert all day. And what's the plot twist is the warden and the people that's over it are looking for like treasure. The treasure turns out to be buried potatoes because it's a famine. So it was like 480 some pages, and the school wanted us to read it. Harry Potter was later, but that didn't change my life. Well, really, Superior Man is good. Outwitting the Devil is good.
Outwitting the Devil is amazing. You know, especially Superior. Both of those books you just named, The Way of the Superior Man and Outwitting the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those are pivotal.
Especially just the difference between, I'm a little older than you, so reading it, having to read it. Now I'm older. You got YouTube. I could listen to it. You get the audio, and it gives you the feels, you know.
What's the question you've been wrestling with lately?
Besides mortality, besides certain ideations, besides am I a good father, the question is really, if I'm very honest, am I getting 1% better every day? And the answer is yes. It's just taking longer than I want.
So if you know the answer to that, is that really the question that you've been battling with the most?
The most? You say the most?
What's really stumping you? You know, is there anything? It doesn't have to.
Man, I don't know if your audience can handle a truthful answer like that from me, but it's really, am I lovable? Because if I'm ruining all these relationships with people, then something has to be wrong with me. But that doesn't mean that I'm unlovable. It's just like, some people, especially us on the spectrum, we live at extremes. So my thought pattern automatically goes to everybody hates me. And that's most likely not true. Right. I'm just being not even overzealous. It's like there needs to be some kind of balance, Dre. And I understand that, but it's all EQ versus IQ. I'm very high IQ, low EQ, but I'm working on it.
I actually get that. Have you ever considered that maybe it just wasn't the right people you're surrounded by?
Oh, like most definitely.
The people that were surrounding you were maybe influencing the version of you that you didn't like? You ever thought of it like that? You needed to get away to grow?
Yes. Mentors have taught me and the Bible talks about you can never be a prophet in your own home. So I love this line in the Bible. Mary and Joseph made it out of the city of Nazareth, and they realized Jesus wasn't with them. And so they turned it back around and they were asking different people, where is he? Has you seen him? And he's like, he's down at the temple. When they got to the temple, he was flipping tables. And Mary asked him, where were you? I was looking for you. And he said, why wouldn't I be about my father's business? And for me, he was 12. It's like, I don't fit in with none of y'all because it looked like I'm doing something. But what if I'm the drunken master? What if this is what Jesus does look like? Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine. That's why the mixtape called Sour Grapes. His first miracle was water into wine. He always said you cannot put new wine in old wineskins. So it's a thing about fermenting, man. And I don't really understand it, but I know addiction is in genes and it's environment, nature versus nurture. But if I'm being real, Jay, I just rather blame myself than anybody else. I can't do nothing about nobody else. I would love to get along with my mother. Oh, man. I wish I could. Ignorance is bliss. I wish, bro. All I got to do is shut up. We'll have a great relationship. But the moment I call somebody on something, I'm attacking. I'm not being sensitive. Why are you bringing that up now? I never know if you lying or you telling the truth. So I don't want to call it victim mentality, but for me, sorry, I touched the mic. For me, distance is peace because when I come around, I don't know how to be fake. So what question am I wrestling with? Am I lovable? If the people that brought me in this own world don't feel no way about me, that will elevate me. But everybody else that play their game seem like they get the hugs, you know.
You know, I want to say something before I ask this next question. I think that comes down to you finding out what parts of yourself you love and becoming clear on that. Because it's easy to see what parts of yourself other people probably are already acknowledging when you've acknowledged those parts of yourself already. You know, I'm pretty sure millions, thousands, hundreds of people love you. You feel me? But
Amen.
You just don't see it, if that makes sense. You don't see what they see, so you think that they don't love you. But the moment you see what they see inside of you, and you're like, oh, I can see that too. Oh, I am a cool person. Oh, I am good looking. Oh, I'm smart. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, whatever the case may be.
Right.
You feel me? You got to believe about what the other people are asking of you or saying about you. You got to believe that about yourself. Or else you're never going to think nobody's love you because you don't love yourself. But you had mentioned something, sour grapes. And that's actually what I kind of want to touch on.
May I comment on what you just said before you bring up sour grapes?
You
really
actually
quickly?
Can. What's up?
About loving parts of yourself that other people can also see. And you just made me just think of, and I'm just going to keep it really short. Mm-hmm. My whole life, people have been telling me, man, you're so smart. You're so smart. And I get triggered every time I hear it. Mm-hmm. I don't show it, but I say, but obviously I'm triggered because I say the same thing every time. I'm not smart. I'm observant because I had to be. Mm-hmm. When you see one of your good friends as a child get shot in the face because he got different color shoestrings than you, I'm observant. I played the game. I knew to wear blue shoestrings. He want to play the game. He want to wear red. I played the game. And then I got skipped from the 2nd to the 7th grade. I went upstairs, 54th Street in San Pedro, blood on my face. Mama's making the rent. Went to school, talked to the principal. I said, what do I got to do to get out of here? He said, take this test, slid me a piece of paper. Within a week, I was sitting in a different class, 7th grade class. And that might be a tangent, but like you said, loving the things people love about me, I always feel like people playing in my face. And that's what you call inferiority complex. And I'm working on it every day. That's why I said the question I'm really wrestling with is, am I getting better at least 1% every day? Because I can't do 15%. Mm-hmm. I would love to go on the hikes and be working out like you. I don't have that yet. You know, I could do it for a shoot or whatever, but for myself, it's like I tried that route. I tried the school route. I tried the athletic route. I tried being the perfect son. None of that shit works. They still will act like you didn't do broke your back your whole life for them. Cause you get drunk, you feel me? And you embarrass them. And I get it. You had a right for boundaries, but don't you ever forget. And if you do, hey, that's why I have these ideations, because I know it didn't matter. It don't matter. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not even gonna bring those kind of things up. But yeah, back to sour grapes though. Just not trying to trauma dump, just explaining.
Thank you. Thank you once again. But the question with sour grapes, yeah, I brought it up. I kind of want to ask you, do you remember the first time you picked up the mic? Or what was that first instance? What was that like?
Do you want to know the mic or rapping?
Rapping. I feel like rapping is a little bit more significant.
Do you want to know rapping or lyrics? Because I was a poet before rap. And I remember the first poem I wrote.
Now, you want to know something crazy? You already know this. My grandfather put out the very first rap album in 1969, and he calls himself a poet. They called themselves poets. They didn't want to be called rappers. They called themselves rappers. However, they were the first ones to actually embed it. But originally, it was just poetry and poets. And it all stems from writing. You can't be a good poet. You can't be a good artist in no facet if you aren't writing at least something down and orchestrating your thoughts. So it's really all one big thing. So rapping in general, lyrics and, that artistic expression.
I have two interesting stories. Great question, by the way. The earliest one I can read, the earliest one. But this is rapping. So this is how memory works. Sometimes it gets jumbled. So I'm going to tell you what I remember. I'm sitting at the computer in my mom's living room, Hawthorne, 126 Font Hill, in between Doty and Cornbloom. And I'm playing the 50 Cent, dun, 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 what up? Like, basically, it's like the Wankster beat or something. And I'm cursing, but I'm getting it off. I'm just trying to get it off. I'm trying to get this, whatever I'm going through, I'm being creative. You feel me? So this got to be like 98. 2000 maybe. You feel me? I'm about 12, 10. And all I remember is I stopped. And I had my Filipino homie CJ over there and Don Reed. And she was like, don't you dare stop. Don't get shy. Don't. If you got a curse to get it out, then get it out. And I thought that was cold. Put that battery in my back. You feel me? I was discouraged in a lot of different other ways, but Yvette Loretta Dennis put that battery in my back. Like, if you got a curse, get it off. And then, but I'll tell you, I remember my first lyrics. I don't know if it was my first lyrics, but my first lyrics I took serious. I was in anatomy class, and I was sitting next to my best friend, Brittany Lewis. I thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world. Boom. The anatomy teacher say, if y'all could write a poem, you ain't got to do the homework or like some where you get an A or something. I'm like, oh, you got me messed up, man. I never did it. I'm like, but I for some reason, I thought I could do it. So, and for me, I'm the type of guy that like facing my fears. You feel me? Like, right. I'm terrified to express myself, especially my love, but I wrote it all about her. Boom, embarrassed the hell out of this woman, right? But I won. And I didn't need no A. I already had an A in the class. But I took it as a fight my shadow and confront your fears. You know, man. People say on their deathbed they worst thing, top 5 things that they whatever, but it's regret. And I've never been one of those regretful people. When I seen my friend get shot, I said, never, no. When I knew about my mother and my father's real life, I said, no, I won't have no regrets. When I seen what she did to my stepdad, I said, no, I will never have no regrets. When I went to college and I seen all these people dying around me, I said, no, I will have no regrets. When I bought guns in Kentucky and drove them back to Ohio and then acted like I was going home, and I seen a police fall in the snow and off a mountain in Utah, I'm going 70 in the same snow, no chains on it. No, I will have no regrets because I could have died every one of these times. I won't talk about even this hood, but no, I will not have no regrets. And I'm preaching to myself right now because I got music I need to put out. So I got some regrets right now. I wish I was working harder, but that's what we're doing right now. And I appreciate your time.
What was life growing up for you like?
Amazing.
What did that household, what did that feeling, you know?
Thank you, Most High, for putting that word on my heart. Because my real word I want to say is terrifying, anxious, inducing. You never knew what was going to happen next. My first thought goes back to me being like 16 before I was about to leave. 17, yeah, because I graduated early, so I was in college 17. So long story short, I remember the lock being on the refrigerator and me not understanding that it's now all my brothers living with us, and a lot of us are inconsiderate. I won't say their names. Some people was eating other people's food, and all I remember is like different people saying like, he's a grown boy, they're growing boys. But looking at it from my mom's point of view in this moment, inshallah, man, she ain't had the money. She ain't had the money to keep buying that food for all of these boys that's being inconsiderate, just in and out the house. Fridge. And I tried to fill up my time with sports. I tried to stay at school, chess club, academic decathlon, doing my homework in class before the class is even over, just so I can get better in basketball and actually make another team, practice volleyball, baseball, all this stuff. Cause I sucked growing up, man. Didn't have a growth spurt till later, till like damn near 12th grade. Feel me? I was down there 5'5", D-Shine height my whole life. Like we was all around the same size. I guess I was a little taller. Feel me? This Daniel's birthday. Uncle Murray had just bought a house on 4th Ave. I seen, can I tell you 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, 20 second story?
Of course.
This is my Uncle Murray is the only, I only know a few real men. And no disrespect to my father. My stepfather's a real man. I'm not going to disrespect them. They're all real men. But my Uncle Murray, I seen, he drove by a house and it saw it was for sale. Then we went to Chase and he talked to one person. We went back to the house and he took the for sale sign off the line. Do you know what that means? I was like, what? Yo, is this how we moving? Like this. Oh my gosh. I seen my Uncle Murray move to Paris, California when it was just a desert, nothing but dirt. It was only like 3 houses. They were all spread out. He said, I want that one. I had to stay with him and watch Melissa and Michaela because they was infants. Like, real man. Always set a good example. I just seen him driving a bus the other day. I work at CVS, and this dude like came in and like just basically dropped his Frappuccino in there on our counter, and I smacked him out the store, right? And because he didn't want to leave. And Uncle Murray was pulling up in the metro. Like, I was so embarrassed. I think he was embarrassed too. He was like, hey, what you doing? I was like, nah. I was kicking his ass because he didn't want to leave up the street. I'm like, oh no, you. And you know, I think he was. Oh man, I'm gonna share with you just one quote Uncle Murray said to me that really hurt my feelings. He's like, Dre, I don't know when to talk to you because you always have an edge about you. And all I asked him was like, Uncle, why do you think I'm like this? Like, can you just think just like a little bit? Like, Unc, you know you was my savior. When my mother was doing whatever she was doing her whole life, my Uncle Murray and my grandmother would always, and Titi would bail her out. Who's the first recipient of blessings or curses? Firstborn. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying I've seen it all. So thank you, Uncle Murray. And thank you, everybody. Thank you to my little, they're not little, my younger siblings. Daryl, Deshaun, Denzel, they're amazing. My great stepfather and my great cousin, Shantae, and Auntie, Wanda, and all my cousins, Squeak, Maurice, Uncle Chucky, feel me? Tony, Poya, everybody, for real. Thank you. Especially Titi, you saved my soul. Otherwise, I'd be way angrier if it wasn't for you.
What was the biggest challenge of coming up as a young Black man in Los Angeles?
Surviving. So that means my first thought is just the buses. Shout out to Daryl Wayne Williams II. He's putting out a movie called En Route. I'm not sure if it'll be out. I'm sure it'll be out by the time this air, but him and Saeed, amazing duo. But riding the buses, I was just always looking for more. After we moved out the east side towards, so we moved on 54 San Pedro. Then she thought we was doing good by moving to Hawthorne, but she didn't know that all the gangs, especially the guys who got kicked out their gangs, moved to Hawthorne. They got Section 8, all this stuff. So I was around. That's how I got involved again with the Grape, because she had me in the Jordan Downs, but when I came back to Hawthorne, it was all of these randoms that linked up, from all the gangs linked up. But the hardest part was just making good decisions. You know, getting sent to the store for beer with a note. But it's 12 niggas in front of the store. It's 12 niggas on 16 steps when you walk out your door. It's 12 niggas when you get to the corner. That's what was the hard part. Having no protection, knowing you could not cry to nobody. And you got people looking up to you. And you the skinniest one out of everybody. That's what was hard. That's why I say I'm not smart. I'm observant. I don't know how the hell I made it. Because I played the game. You know what I played? They call it, the old schoolers would call it getting on the dummy. Because that's, shout out Malcolm X's father. That's why they killed him. You's a smart nigga. Look, I'm trauma dumping. I just realized why I never want to be called smart. Because I respected Malcolm X's daddy for getting them out of the city, put them in a rural home. He had like 7 daughters, bunch of sons, like great father. And they put him on the trolley tracks and ran, Ku Klux Klan ran him over like he did something wrong. How dare you put your family up? That shit terrifies me to this day. That's why I keep it on me. Play with me or anybody in my family, I'm gonna be in your bushes. And I got no qualms about it. I'll go sit down. But that's selfish. I'm taking away from my children. What's the hardest part about being a Black man? Not crashing out. Suicidal ideation. Making sure I'm worshiping the right God. Knowing God is inside me. Still trying to love my mother when I get no love. That's the hardest part about being a Black man. In a society that says, if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, you're not a good Black man. Trying to figure out why my father wasn't there. Why I gotta look up to another person's father. Yeah, that's hard. Dealing with all of this. And I'm super, super high IQ. So I feel like I'm surrounded by idiots all day. Dumbing myself down all day. Then inferiority complex comes in because I'm like, you must be crazy.
Mm.
Nobody likes you. I feel like Conquest on Invincible. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all gotta watch some anime. Invincible. Great question. What's the hardest part about? Did you say growing up or being a black man?
Just being a black man.
Yeah, I think I elaborated.
You touched on it amazingly, bro. Yeah, wow. Salute to that answer, because I feel that. Did you grow up? Now, this one is kind of around like your religion. Did you grow up around, faith or spirituality?
Great question. Oh, my mother, Yvette Loretta Dennis, knew the hood that we were in. And she took me to church. And I believe Denzel was there sometimes, but Denzel had Granny. So she made sure I wasn't getting into shit. Our pastor name was Andre. We went to church off Vermont every Sunday. They made me sing in the choir. I went to Bible study Wednesday. This was a Southern Baptist church. Andre was the pastor, and he had a brother. And he was trying to hit on my mom, so we eventually stopped going. My next church was City of Refuge in Compton. Noel Jones was the pastor. I got baptized again. This is the first time I seen somebody get robbed in church.
Wow.
And it broke me spiritually because I was catching the Holy Ghost.
What was that experience? You said somebody got robbed at church?
It's in Compton. So gang members just trying to get they Lord. And then somebody else know that's the church you go to. Like the 90s and early 2000s was no game. Like it's on site. So if I may be honest, and I hate to expose myself, but that's when I start carrying a gun every day. That's exactly when I didn't trust none of y'all after that. I was like, you rob? You'd kill in the church?
Right,
You have no integrity? It broke me. And I just didn't trust that. I'll tell you why I started carrying a gun. Because I feel like if the pastor can't even protect me, and this is why I started coming to church, because I told my mom, I told her, I can't even remember my friends who got shot in the face. Which that's what really hurt me. Because I pushed it back in my head because he had on different shoestrings. But I remember when it changed me, and I told everybody, and everybody just said, get over it. Just go to class. And it broke me. And then when we moved to Hawthorne and I was getting jumped at the store, I was getting jumped at the bus stop, I was getting jumped before I get to school. And just because I ain't got a bunch of bruises and stuff, you don't believe me, or I'm getting taller and I look like I can protect myself. It's like, oh, he'll get over it, go to class. And I'm like, nigga, I'm terrified. I'm really terrified. Like if I could sleep under my bed all day, I would. It's that many niggas, just about nothing positive. And I forgot the question. Don't go. I apologize. Can you repeat the question?
You know what? I think you just said enough on that one. I'll move on to the next one. You lost the train of thought for a reason.
We were talking about spirituality versus religion. But I want to also add that I went to the first Black university, which is an AME school. It's a school of theology. I know my Bible better than most people know the back of their hand. I've read it. I was so terrified. I read my Bible over 100 times. It's sitting right there. Because I be in it. Somebody that's troubled better be in it. My Quran is right there. My Bhagavad Gita is right there. Buddhist practitioner. But I do not hold on to anything because I don't like being classified. Just like the word Negro, colored, Black. I hate it. I kind of like indigenous, but that's still classifying you. And it's just triggering for me. I love God though. I love the Lord, but I think that he resides inside me. The Bible talks about the innermost holy, the heart. And even when two are gathered, he will be in the midst. And I think we get caught up in calling him he or she, or worrying if it's a pool of water or, but just know that you're part of the source. And maybe it's important to define these things, but at this moment in time, I think it's more important to feel these things and know that you didn't create yourself, and know that there's so much more, and just be kind to one each other. Did you get the message? There's a messenger. Did you get the message? That's all I'm saying. Call it what you want. Call it boo boo baba. Alhamdulillah.
So after you graduated from college with your 4.2 GPA, what was life like after college?
He remembered. So 4.2 was high school. College was 3.7, still magna cum laude. So I was valedictorian, but what happened? Immediately after high school, I thought I was going to Harvard. Your mom tried to help me. My cousin Gwen tried to help me. My cousin Cheryl tried to help me with the FAFSA. But this was after, because I didn't reach out. I thought I knew everything. Excuse me. I got a 4.2. Y'all can't mess with me. 5, 6 AP classes. Y'all can't mess with me. But I didn't know nothing about grants. I come from a poverty-stricken home where these conversations are not being had. About business, about paperwork, about preemptive stuff. Like, I was supposed to fill that out 6 months ago. I was supposed to have my recommendation letters. I was supposed to already know but I just had in my head, if I beat everybody in the school, I'm number 18 in the nation, they have to come to me, right? It's like Boys in the Hood. I thought that they was going to come sit on my couch, which they eventually did, but that was later. For Wilberforce, all the black colleges and all this stuff. But I thought I was an Ivy League nigga. Brown, you feel me? Princeton. I was hurt. No, I felt, and this is probably, and I've been through a lot, but first time I could remember depression. I was sick. So guess what I did? Something stupid. 2 things stupid. Tried to sell whatever I tried to sell. And I signed up for the Marines. Stupid shit. You feel me? They hit me. I'm going through secret indoctrination with the Marines. I ain't even talked to my mom, nobody, because she didn't care. If I did one thing wrong, I could get kicked out the house so easily. So I'll just be like, I'm at Don Reed house, and Don Reed was trying to go to the Army. So he was looking out for me too. And in the middle of that, they tried to give me a AWOL because I left, because they said I had a heart murmur that I didn't tell them about. So they were trying to damn near like sue me type shit. And I was like, first of all, y'all wrong, because I'm 17. I ain't even supposed to be here. So I guess it was wrong on both sides. But I called it just not telling on myself. But that's I forget the term right now. Let me take a sip of my Red Bull and maybe I remember. But basically, when you don't tell them something, you're still responsible for that information. It's like I
get it. That's in most cases, yeah. It's like lying still in a way.
Correct. So when I get back home, there's a coach sitting on my couch. I'm like, yes, me. I play in a HBCU Classic here in LA at the Forum. I get a couple dunks. I'm in Ohio now, 17 states away. What happens after that? Long story short, college career was amazing. I set up at least 25 people to graduate. Maybe 4 went back home. My brothers are included. They graduated. I'm not saying I'm the reason for that, but in Deshaun's word, we gonna do what you do. So that's why a big reason I try to be an upstanding character, but I do fall short. It took me 5 years to graduate because I was having too much fun. Raised over $500,000 for my school through basketball and cross country. I ran from Ohio to Kentucky, raised a whole lot of money. I went to Howard, got a certificate in nuclear proliferation. I'm an expert in de-escalation and nuclear proliferation, which is international politics on the highest level. If there was a nuclear war, I would be who you want to talk to, how to de-escalate, how to co-engage with enemy states. That's what the certificate is in. I'm amazing with politics, but with this heart, I can't do it. In this Trump world, I can't do it. It's idiots, idiots, idiots. But if you really want to play the game, that's where the money at. So I'm doing security today. And I honestly feel like a loser, but we gonna figure that out.
How do you think you got here to security? With,
I think it's divine personally. But if I'm being very vulnerable, a lot of bad decisions.
Like?
Not taking advantage of every opportunity given to me. There's been so many jobs from the EPA to FEMA to Dr. Scott's National Black Brotherhood, Saab, that they've all held me in high regard. And I'll do something stupid like come to the breakfast smelling like liquor or weed, or I'll miss an appointment. It's all my fault. And I received that. Sorry about that.
Okay. That's real. It takes a man to admit it, that you've made mistakes. But have you ever felt like the world puts limits on you before you ever get a chance to, kind of prove yourself? Like, have you ever felt like you've been just boxed in before you ever really was given the opportunity to make something right?
Jay. Now, I don't want to get on some DJ Unk shit. Space ain't real. On my mama. Hey, don't play with me, gang. Nah, I was going to tell you some shit that he might say, but I remember my first thought on this planet. My first thought was in my mother's arms, and I'm looking at a plant. And it's green, and I'm thinking to myself, how come we can't eat like the plant? How come we can't absorb light like the plant? Which we can, but I'm a baby thinking this. I'm 3-4 years old. And if you want to talk about limitations, that would probably, I've been tucking this in, but I told Granny, man, I'm gonna share it with you. But I snapped on her one. I didn't snap, but I said, this the only family I could think of that would not foster the intelligence of a genius. How you got a genius in your midst and you do not foster that intelligence? I had to go figure all of this out by myself. I read these books by myself. That's why I can't see now, because I was up reading encyclopedias till I fell asleep. While they watching Dave Chappelle, they watching their little shows, I'm over here on punishment because the dishes not washed. But they been in the house all day. Going back to the sports, I used to play sports all day, get home, sink full of dishes. I get beat. I get yelled at, kicked out the house. Gotta go stay with Don Reed down the street. Gotta make a friend. You ever had to make a friend? Like up north, they'll say something like, knock a bitch. So I didn't been what's the word? Stranded with up north Bay guys. Shout out Kenneth. Shout out Saeed. And they say, knock a bitch. You should never be off your feet. And I'm not sexist or feminist, but women are that's why they call booty. They are the highest treasure in this world. That's why the black man is in the state he's in to this day, because the Moors went crazy on the white women. And that's why all of Europe is amalgamated, but they have our blood because we sold them as treasure. And now they have subdued us because they got all our knowledge, but they got the complexion for the protection. By the books, we really do. As I look in this, I love my skin. If I could be reincarnated tomorrow, I'll still be black. I would take this struggle with you again. I'll really be green or blue though. But have I ever felt limited? Only by my family. But my favorite person, Titi, and Granny used to always tell me, DeAndre, you can be the president. And I thought that was the most biggest battery you could ever put in a black boy back. To me, growing up, like you telling me Yvette's my mom. Do you know how I get talked to at home? But I come over here on 8th Ave and you telling me I can do anything when you just caught me upstairs playing hide and go get it? You still holding me up?
Wow. TT was powerful.
Saved my soul. I said it at the beginning. If I didn't have her, because I was so jealous that Denzel had Granny. And I didn't understand how you could skip over the firstborn and go to the lastborn, and the two in the middle got a daddy. And you see I don't got no place to go. Both parents on doing drugs. But this is the only child that gets love? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. I literally Mark was my caseworker, pulled up to her house on Yukon. I'm sitting in the back. She come out with Denzel. I can't take him. I would never throw that in my grandma's face. This is a true story. I will never forget these things as long as I live. Trying to shit me all around the corner. I mean, country. Almost went crazy, bro. I'm glad I didn't. Sometimes I say the wrong things. Probably like right now, I'm not supposed to say none of these things. But I'm trying to watch my mouth a little bit and be respectful as I can, you know.
I understand.
But the truth is the truth. And y'all gonna say this is his story. So this is his story. Or his version.
Thank you for that, bro. You know, I love saying Black men be vulnerable and express themselves.
Thank you for the
because,
space.
Usually, you know, we receive ridicule for, you know, expressing ourselves in these type of ways. And
Facts.
it can be completely true, but everybody will make it seem like that's not at all what's happening and you're the one tripping.
It's called gaslighting.
Yeah, more people don't realize, a lot of people don't realize how much they gaslight. And it can be from your family too. And sometimes you accept it because it's from your family. You be like, well, maybe you're saying it, you know, right, and I'm saying it wrong because you love me, right? So maybe I'm wrong right now in this situation.
Maybe I'm crazy.
But then you start kind of clicking it together like, no, I can't be tripping like this, especially with us being as spiritual and, you know, in tune we are. Our intuition and our third eye be open. It's like, I can't be feeling like this for no reason. Like, I may not be 100% right, but for sure I ain't 100% wrong.
Alhamdulillah.
So I get it, bro. I get it. So thank you for sharing that. It wasn't too
And
much.
thank you for the space. That felt like that just one question allowing me to vent felt like mental therapy for the whole nation for me. My heart is open. No BS. I would just 4 seconds, just silence, just to receive that, because those are probably words I want to express to most, you know, at least the parentals, you know. And I learned a quote about 10 years ago that said, this is how I forgave my mom. I don't know who said it, but they said, learn to receive the apology you'll never get. And I was like, yeah, because my mom will never apologize to me. My father would never. But why should they? And it's just, hey, I forgive you. Forget about being a victim and trying to go tit for tat. And that's why I love being a Virgo, man. I could be accountable. I could be the bad guy. In my head, I'm Batman. I ain't out here beating y'all up for no reason.
What do you think healing looks like for the Black community right now as a whole? You know, for the urban, how do you think the city's been taking all the negative energy that goes on a day-to-day basis in our community and really just turning it up?
That's a great question.
I kind of have an answer, but
I would love to hear yours too. You want me to go first real quick?
Go for it.
What you're like, as you're saying that question, all I was looking at is your smile. And to me, what it looks like is a whole lot of black men smiling, because women know how to find laughter and joy and even everything. But we, and I don't want to speak for all the black men, but I'm on 57. Okay. We really in the hood. And only time a lot of black men is smiling is when you got your op down or somebody, and it's like, or you didn't want to lick, you didn't hit your parlay now. And it's like, for us, I want to see you walking down the street and be at a cheese. Because not only is it disarming, but it should be authentic. Because I truly love you. Your legs work, and we not gunning for each other. And I'm not worried about what color you got on. That's what healing looks like to me. Us reuniting at Lamert Park, us walking down Crenshaw or Adams or in Compton or in Watts or Gardena or Norwalk and not having fear of each other, especially someone brown. Like it's the most red ant versus black ant shit I done ever seen in my life. And it's like going back to what Jay-Z said. How you gonna get mad? Crabs in a barrel. Crabs ain't supposed to be in a barrel. They supposed to be in the sea. So we just go back to our, and with the ant analogy, red ants and black ants don't naturally just go to war. You have to shake it up for them to do that, because there's no natural animosity. Just that's how I feel about my brown brothers. Yeah, a lot of us hold resentment and like animosity towards the brown community because when we go to county, we put against each other. The blue and the red, us, the blacks, we learn we got to squab it out, and now we all on the black card. The browns, the Latinos, the Mexicans, y'all get it. I don't want to say y'all get it easy, but y'all linked up. Norteño, Soteño. I get it. And why is it a Norteño, Soteño? Because the Sorteños like black people. That's the only reason y'all split. So that's one animosity. Then out here, since George Floyd, I'm just going recent. A lot of y'all didn't march with us. Black Lives Matter. I don't even mess with Black Lives Matter because I already could see it. A lot of y'all didn't mess with us. There's a lot of agent provocateurs out there with bricks and stuff and masks. So now that ICE is hitting y'all, I can see right through it. They're trying to provoke y'all because they can't mess with the gods no more. We not going for it. We are the original people, not only of this earth, but especially this country. But a lot of us don't know our rights. So going back to what we were originally talking about. Lost my thought. Sorry.
What's healing? The black
healing. Healing is that smile and unity. Everybody, any intelligent, we all know what's right. We all know what's right. I'm not saying kumbaya, my lord. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there should not be no animosity. We should be able to shop wherever we want. And that's what I'm on. Like, I know I don't like everybody. Heck no. Heck no, man. Especially like, even like masculine women, gangbanging women and all this extra. But I love you, baby. But I love you. I might not like everything about you, but I love you. So that's what we need to be on. That's what healing. It ain't got to be incense and priests and, healing is what you're doing. Bringing us together. You should be able to go in any hood and shoot a video. You should be able to check it in. Get out of here. That's why all that stuff happens to different people. God removes them. Why you think it's floods in Texas? Why you think it's earthquakes over here? The spirits, the ancestors said, look for me in the whirlwind. The earthquakes. The times is changing. It's the end of the agenda. And healing looks like, man, us working together, us starting gardens again on these empty parking lots. It's ridiculous how much land is being just trash. Healing is every time I record, I don't need a drink. Every time I go out to with a black woman, I don't need a drink or a blunt. We could talk over coffee, not even coffee. Some deep breaths. You feel me? That's how I'm getting a little too high science for you, but I'm gonna just give you a word. Research the turtle. Why they live to 150. Breath. That's all y'all get. That's too much game. Great question. And what does healing look like to you, brother? Please, I'm very interested.
From the first thing that popped up in my head when I asked that question was I was feeling the vibrations of the music coming from the neighbors. The music is healing us.
Oh, I like that answer.
We may not even be realizing it.
Can I see your lighter?
Everybody got a speaker with some music on it. You could be going through the worst part of your life. You gonna put on some music that's gonna fill that void that you're going through. You could be happy. You gonna have some feel good music. We got music for everything. So
I love that. I feel like you just put a responsibility on me though with that. Like the music gotta be more responsible now. It's like it's and I think that's why I feel the way I do about sour grapes, because after talking to C, I don't want to trauma dump no more. I don't want to trauma bond or trauma dump. What happened. No, I'm not super healed, but I need to, because how the conversation started, I said, man, I want to make a song. I posted, I'm in my feelings. I want to make a song about both my parents being crackheads. And C hit me liked it, but he was like, well, that's a dope ass idea, but you should come from a place of healing. Mm-hmm. And it took me a whole day to reply because I'm hot. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Why I always gotta be understanding? I'm tired. I'm the child with children that, come on, it hurt. Just left my kids. They trying to figure out why we can't go up the street because my tires are stripped, because my mom didn't had this car for 8 months and ain't did no maintenance on it. And keep making excuses about this and that and this and that. And I need help with this and I need help with that. I'm set back on this. Oh, I lost the key. Oh, I fell today. Oh, I hit my head. I need like a child. When I never got to be a child, I never got to say none of this kind of weird ass shit. You parentifying me. You got me taking Denzel everywhere. And now he act like he don't even know me. You know what that does to my heart? Besides being jaded, it's like, fuck everybody. If the person I know I could have got killed for could treat me like that, who ate my breakfast before I had breakfast, when I was a child, if you don't always keep that with you, you should be the main person, never turn on me. But what have you done for me lately? And familiarity breeds contempt. When a motherfucker think they know everything about you, they don't respect you. They can't. Nigga, I smelled your boo-boo. I know why your shoes dirty. Nigga, you peed in the bed till da-da-da. I know everything about you. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about them knowing me. That's why I never could have like no superior. I don't even like calling myself a big brother. I respect all of y'all. Like, I'm older than you, but you a young god to me. What you do is important. That's healing. You're helping healing me. This is therapy for me. And I'm ended in that question there before I waste my Red Bull. I gotta learn how to do short form. Ooh.
That was crazy. So I actually got one more question. We can end it off here because I know we had a long one. I didn't ask all the questions, we'll probably set up a part 2 for this.
Swag.
But
gang.
If you could change one thing about the rap game right now, what would it be?
My first thought was take all the drugs out of it, but my second thought would be if we could stop womanizing. I think that would change hip hop. It would feel like the golden era again. And just go back to lyrics. Just go back to I'm nicer than you. You feel me? But I think we shouldn't limit anything. Like, I'm not a fan of Lil Nas X, but I think that's good for rap because it's a spectrum. I don't want you to rap like me. I don't want to rap like you. My name is Supreme Chief Beezy because I think I'm better than you. Like, no bullshit. Supreme Chief, like, I have rank over you. So it's God, Supreme Chief, and then like on the indigenous level, Chief Beezy, I'm ever industrious. I'm here to help you too.
Mm-hmm.
You part of my tribe, even if you don't like me. So what if I could take anything out of rap, stop saying you fucking the other niggas bitches. That shit's so lame. Let's get over that. Let's elevate it a little bit because I like this guy named 1440 Ta, and he's talking about free Malachi Z. York, and he's one of the chiefs of the land. And it seems like every time we have a black leader, they try to hit him with a gun charge, he touched a kid, or he raped somebody. All of our powerful leaders. So when the heck we gonna stop believing them and take up for our people? Because guess what? I've been lied on twice, and I beat both the cases. And it ain't about beating them. It's like, I know I didn't do anything. So it's like people will, with great souls, you gonna get besmirched. So let's stop lying and rap. What C likes to tell me every night is be authentic. What do you think should be taken out of rap?
The lion.
So we on the same page.
I think that's probably the main thing. Speak what's real, speak what's true. And I think the mainstream music needs to put a little bit more emphasis on the not A-list celebrities. Just because of, streaming numbers they have. I don't think maybe they do realize this, but the A-list celebrities are only A-list celebrities because they keep playing their music and they keep putting money behind them. If they put money and promote other artists and different sounds and different things, they would blow up too. It's very simple, especially when you get into human psychology. Somebody hears a song enough times, they're eventually going to grow to like it.
Facts.
Psychology.
I listened to What Did I Miss today? I'm like, how the hell did I? It's growing on me.
Thank you. They're choosing what they want to, promote and push out. It's not by chance. It's deliberate money being put behind ignorance to completely push it.
Deliberate money being put behind ignorance to promote it. Hit you with a bar. Ooh, even though we all know it. It's like, that's what Drake is suing about right now. Y'all promoted Kendrick's.
No, it's true. They played Kendrick's in Los Angeles.
But this is what people said. They did the same thing for you, Drake. They did this.
See, yep. And that's the
That's what UMG is about.
Yeah.
So that's why you're going to, hopefully you don't win this crap because you're going to destroy music. You're going to destroy the whole business. And maybe it needs to come down. I was born in 88. That means build and destroy. So I know why I'm here. I got dragons all around this joint. I know why I'm here. I'm here to build and destroy, but I'm a destroyer god a lot of times. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom so that you can bounce right up. And it's our time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Overstanding, understanding, as above, so below, as within, so without.
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Y'all, man.